in Washington, President Biden's economic agenda is teetering on the brink of collapse as the Speaker of the House admonishes reporters for not doing a better job of selling the president's Build Back Better plans. Start there with tonight's Dream Team. Fox News contributors Leslie Marshall and Jason Chaffetz. Welcome back to both of you.
Hi, Shannon.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's start there. I want to play this of the Speaker of the House going back and forth with the reporter about why people don't know more about the plans or aren't more excited about them. Here's that exchange.
So do you think you need to do a better job at messaging, and going forward, how do you sell this if ultimately you have to
Well,
pare
I
it
think
back?
you all could do a better job of selling it, to be very frank with you, because every time I come here, I go through the list. Family medical leave, climate, the issues that are in there. And but it is true, it is hard to break through when you have such a comprehensive package.
Jason, the media is supposed to be helping the Speaker sell this plan.
I think the polling's in and the Speaker realizes she's in trouble. Members have been going back to their districts. This is not a popular plan. It's too expensive. It raises taxes. The debt is out of control. And they don't believe Joe Biden when he says it's going to cost zero. The Democrats have no credibility when they go out there and say this costs zero, and yet it's one of the biggest bills in the history of our nation.
GOP Senator John Kennedy, as only he can, has this to say about why the plan is not sticking, it's not going anywhere, and the president's having so much trouble. The polls are not good for the White House right now.
Well, to the Speaker's point, I mean, if the press, wall-to-wall, and what everyone likes to call the liberal media, have nothing but negative things to report, that is what the American people start to believe about everything. They have a malaise about everything, whether it be COVID. All we hear about the states where the COVID cases go up and the ICU beds are filled. We don't hear about the opposite and where states are thriving and numbers are coming down, like the state I'm in here in California. It's not the press's job to sell the plan, but it's certainly the press's job to give all the information so the American people can make their own decision based on that.
Yeah, one of the areas where the American people have a lot of doubts about this administration's ability to handle things is the border, where things continue to get worse over time. Listen, the White House says our message is the border is closed, but that's not translating into reality for tens of thousands of people. And you saw the Griff there talking to people who said they were hopeful they would show up here and President Biden would be able to help them. Press Secretary Jen Psaki says it's about getting it together on Capitol Hill, not necessarily the White House. Here's her take.
It is not just waving a magic wand. It requires a majority of votes in the Senate, and it requires the vice president. So I would say that's a legislative process. I would point to Leader Schumer and others to ask the question of whether there is the opportunity or the appetite to do that.
Jason, we've talked about this many times, whether Republicans are in control or Democrats are, and now it's the Democrats. There does not seem to be an appetite for actually getting long-term resolution to the immigration crisis.
Well, the border was moving towards security under Donald Trump. It was the Biden-Harris administration that changed the policies that have opened up the border. You see the people flowing across, and yet Secretary Mayorkas and others are saying the border's closed. And again, another piece of fiction and outright lie by the Democrats, because all you have to do is turn on the news and watch the flow. It is not closed, and the policies of the Biden-Harris administration are making it worse, not better, and America understands that.
Mark Meadows tweeting this today. For 4 years under President Trump, Washington Democrats couldn't wait to rush down to the southern border for photo ops. Now, with the Biden border conditions worse than ever, Democrats won't hold hearings, and the border czar, Kamala Harris, can barely be bothered to even visit. Last word to you, Leslie.
I've always said, and I continue to say, that anyone in charge, the vice president included, of any issue, the border, immigration especially, needs to visit. I said that. Shouldn't be on The View, shouldn't be doing NASA videos. But, Jason, you know, I love you. The border has been closed. It's been closed pretty much forever. 17 years we have seen both Democrats and Republicans kick this can down the road. Multifaceted problem that definitely needs bipartisan support to get something done. And, of course, blame or credit will always go to any president in the White House who can't, as Jen Psaki said, wave a magic wand.
Well, if what Griff is tracking and what Panamanian officials are saying becomes true, that another 60,000 Haitian migrants are headed to the U.S. border, southern border, there's going to be a lot more discussion about this and trying to find some resolution. Leslie and Jason, thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon.